We are also today about to get another snapshot of Canadian society. Statistics Canada is about to release a report on people who call themselves workaholics. The report examines how they look at their quality of life. And our guest that you're just about to meet knows firsthand how difficult it can be to balance a career and a family, being what she considers a recovering workaholic herself. Elizabeth Verwey is now the president of Home Office Mentors and my guest. Elizabeth, thanks for coming in.
Thank
we
you.
wanted to put a face to the person that we're going to read about in the Stats Can report later on.
Yes.
So I call you a recovering workaholic. Before you were recovering, what were you like?
Addicted to my work, addicted to the rush and the adrenaline rush, feeling that I had a noble calling and really crowding out other relationships in my life.
So what would your day-to-day have been like then, as far as just how much time you spent on the job and at your work?
Oh, I don't like to think about that.
Relive it for me.
Yes, because I was working from a home office, it was very easy to work excessive hours. If I couldn't sleep at night, to go down and work on the computer and squeeze in a few emails, that sort of thing. I thought about work almost all the time. So it's a difficult addiction to give up, because we all have to work. We can't just stop work.
And we often love our jobs.
We are passionate about our jobs.
So when did you realize that love of job had become dangerous addiction? What was the moment?
Well, it was the physical health really started to threaten my well-being, and I realized, and a very dear friend of mine said, "What would happen if you were run over by a bus?" That made me think and made me develop systems so that business would be all right.
Without you.
Without me.
Well, we'll talk about how you've worked on your recovery, but in terms of,
yes.
So you were thinking about work all the time, you were working round the clock, you had that ability.
Yes.
Were you making choices for work and, leaving family and your own
Oh yes, my
pursuits
family.
and things, they were by the wayside?
They were very supportive, because they also believed in what I was doing, so they would support me in different ways. But it wasn't as difficult, I think, for my family, because I was physically present in the home. Many people leave their home to earn a living,
right.
And so they're not physically present. So it was a little bit easier to balance, maybe stop and have a tea with the kids and then go back into the office.
Okay.
But
there was that moment of, what if I got hit by a bus?
Oh, yes, and then the real turning point for me came when my big brother died of a heart attack at 50 years of age.
Also a workaholic?
So, yeah, well, pretty type A personality, and I realized there were a lot of similarities.
And he had died so young.
That's right. It felt, if I only had a few limited number of years left, that I wanted to make the quality of my life better rather than the quantity.
So
couldn't
what
count
have
on
you
the
done
quantity.
then to recover?
Oh, I have put all sorts of things in place that help me remember to take time off. On a monthly basis, I take what I call a micro vacation. It can be 4 to 24 hours, and it's just for me. I refresh and recharge. No cell phones allowed, no pagers, all those things to take time to refresh and recharge myself.
And those are the kinds of things that I'm guessing you also advise people, strategies you help other people work on in your current job as Home Office Mentor.
That's right.
President.
Yes, I encourage people to take time off, but usually I have to convince them. So I have to find ways to save them time on a daily basis. If I can save them an hour a day, then I say they must take a micro vacation on a monthly basis. And then once they experience that thrill of having time just for them, they start to carve out bigger blocks of time.
I bet you feel better.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Elizabeth, thanks for coming in.